Hi, I'm Ali from Taurus, and this is Jeff. And he usually follows me around, or vice versa. Our channel is all about travel and adventures around Tasmania. We have a few cruise videos when we've actually ventured a little bit further off this island, and we have just purchased a camper, so we do have a lot of camp videos coming up and places to camp and stay in Tasmania. So if that's what you're interested in, don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel so that you don't miss out on any of the videos. And right now we are in Beauty Point, which is right at the mouth of the Tamar River in Launceston, and we've been doing a bit of tripping around, so join us for some of the places that we went and saw over the last couple of days. So our stay over the weekend was at the Beauty Point Tourist Park, and we are in a little cul-de-sac which is filled with cabins, and each of the cabins have a name of a bird. So if you just look behind me here, these are some of the cabins. They're quite spaced out. The one we stayed in is just here. It was really quiet at the park. There's a little bit of a barbecue in the centre that you could use. And we're about to just do a little bit of a drive-through to show you the rest of the place. All down the right side here you have the campsites and the amenities block. On this side you have all permanent caravans. A few cabins down there. There's the Penguin Place. And these are your campsites to the right. There's a couple of glamping tents. So there are sites that have got power and drainage, and then there are sites that are just for camping without any water, just powered sites. Again, you have these other little places to the side, but they really look like they're permanently fixed there. So there's an amenities block there. That's where we stayed, just up that road. And then over here you've got your boom gates and your park office. You don't have to drive very far in Tasmania before you'll see a point of interest, usually indicated by some signs on the road. This was an historical site just near the site of Yorktown. The first northern settlement
in Tasmania. But this has got nothing to do with it.
They didn't have much to live in, did they? This is the first northern settlement in Tasmania. Just up there's a little overnight stay, so if you're self-contained you can go there and you can stay for $10 a night at Yorktown, just as you drive off the main road. There is a 15-minute walk that goes wunda meander up through the forest there. That's where a tree once was. Good spotting, Jeff. So yes, I am on board with Jeff again today, annoying him. He has to work, and I get to be a passenger and nick off and go and do something fun while he goes to work on a Saturday. So sad, but it also lets you see a little bit of the place during my trip around, so it all works out. He's not happy. This is Greens Beach that we're checking out now. It looks a bit like Penguin, actually.
There's a low head.
Yeah, it's a slow head. Slow head over there. Go up through this path where I just started to the tourist park's just across the road. Entrance to the Tuma. I'm thinking I would quite like to come back and stay here and explore this place a little bit further. And we're at the, we had a video where we went to Baker's Point, and the other side of that national park is only 2 kilometres, and you're on the other side, so it's big national park. So Baker's Beach was over toward Devonport, and here we are at Greens Beach. We're at Greens Beach, just on the other side. So we are on the beach access path. We're not going to head down there because Jeff has to go to Beaconsfield. And then there's another walk that you can do up to the lookout, which I would really love to do, but we're going to have to leave that one for another time. But it's absolutely beautiful. And Baker's Beach would be up over that rise there. So now I'm on my own. I just dropped Jeff off. Let's go have some fun. So my first stop this morning is Seahorse World and Southern Aquarium at Beauty Point. And immediately across from that one is no other than the guys here behind me on the wharf are actually, there's a whole pile of fresh scallops there coming in. Entry into Seahorse World is $23.50 an adult, and they do have family and group member prices. Tour is about 45 minutes long. It's incredibly informative. You get to see a lot of seahorses, and right from babies through to almost adults. There's even opportunity at the end of the tour to hold a seahorse. And I found out that seahorses eat sea monkeys. You know those ones you used to buy in the packet and try and grow in water? Yep, those. There you have it, Seahorse World. And I bought a book to share with the kids at work. I love that. I'll be all knowledgeable on seahorses. I really love platypuses as well, and I would have loved to have gone in, had a look at that one, but you know what, I'm going to save it for the next trip because there's lots to do up here. And if you are down in Tasmania, you need to make sure that you check out some other videos on our channel, because we try and show you a little bit of the place so that if you do come down here and visit us, you know some of the places to go to. Right, next stop for me, thinking. So my next place absent Jeff is Cabbage Tree Hill Winery. I'm going to go in, have a wine. I wonder if they played us for one. So Cabbage Tree Wines, I have taken a glass of the non-vintage sparkling, and I can say it's going down quite well in this semi-Tasmanian summer weather. And I'm looking down the list, and I'm actually thinking I might even grab a bottle of Riesling for Jeff, just so I sent him a picture and said ha ha, and then I felt a bit mean, so maybe I can get him a bottle of Riesling, make him feel a bit better. Maybe. So this particular winery is on the north side of Beaconsfield, So as you're coming out of Beaconsfield, you get an intersection between going to Kelso and across to Beauty Point. You just take, I took the Kelso Road, and it was just up at 200 metres from there. And now the semi-weather is spotting. That cloud is raining on my parade right now. So now I'm taking a little walk through Beaconsfield. We're going to go up to the brewery soon. I was going to do the mine tour. See how we go, but this is Beaconsfield. There's a newsagent up the road here. I'm going to go and buy a lotto ticket. So hopefully we can do this full time. Wouldn't that be nice? Well, it's raining again. I've been out shopping. I've got, for later, I bought a lotto ticket, which I said I know I was going to, so that we could just travel forever. That'd be nice. And I went into the old Bank of Tasmania and bought myself another cheese knife. Beaconsfield is a mining town. We're mining for gold. If we get a chance, we'll go up to the miners' centre. We'll see what Jeff's doing. He's just about due to finish some work now. And yeah, get out of the rain, head to the brewery. Ooh, what's this? The building over here looks like something out of an old western. Look at it. You just imagine walking through into the bar, everyone turning around with their cigars and their horrible teeth looking at you, like they did in the old western movies. It used to be an old pub, and it used to be a pub. Now it's accommodation and Devonshire tea, because nobody likes to drink anymore. Won't be long, we'll all be hitting the prohibition stage, I suppose. It's the way the world's headed. Yes, my shopping spree. Seahorse book from Seahorse World. The Reasoning for Jeff. A game, because there's nothing else to do in our apartment, and a bread knife for the AVN camper. No, bread knife, cheese knife I meant. And a lotto ticket. I've done well. Oh, hang on, I lied. There's one more thing. I couldn't help myself. It's a Seahorse gold coin. Look at that. Actually has got... Right, this is Minus Gold Brewery at Beaconsfield. See the kegs already.
The Minus Gold Brewery is located in the town of Beaconsfield. It is right next to the Beaconsfield mine, which you'll be able to see from any point in town. Today we are ordering a paddle. We're going to try out some of these new brews.
That one sounds interesting, the grape skin sour. And over the back we've got extra stout, cocoa. This one is their signature one, the one that's most popular. The West Street Ale gets a tick. This is Woodman's Lane. It's an English ale, brilliant amber with a rich malty aroma, balanced bitterness and floral hop character. A traditional English pub ale. What do you like?
Ooh, wow.
Oh, you like that. Do it in a British accent. Oh, I like that.
Ooh, I like that. Grape skin sour.
A grape skin sour.
My glasses. Oh, fresh. I didn't take my glasses with me.
What would you like to say
About what?
about where we are and what your experience has been?
To be honest, it's been very odd. And the reason I say odd is because I'm not an adventurous person in beers. I just like normal beers, not too hoppy, not too malty, not too dry, not too wet. No, that's not what I'm trying to say.
Moist.
Moist. And they've surprised me. We had a paddle of 8 beers, and all except for the dark beer, which I'm not a dark beer drinker because I don't drink coffee. I hear you all scoff.
Scoff.
I can't stand the taste of coffee, and every time I have a dark ale, I taste coffee, so I didn't like that. But every other beer that was from 2% made with wine, all the way up to 8%, it was with heaps of hops and malt. They're really, really nice. So if you come to Beaconsfield, make sure you jump into the Miner's Gold, and try a tray of beers, or just have a beer and support the local company in the local area. It's bloody, it's good beer. That's all I got to say.
Nice work.
Cheers.
Good job. Oh, do we have to go? Look how much beer is left. Each of these vats probably filled with all sorts of lovely goodnesses.
It does smell like this.
When you finish having a drink, you can go and look for gold. No, you don't have to, because guess what? That was Miner's Gold. Oh, ho, 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 ho. There are 2 IGA supermarkets in Beaconsfield, and we were thinking, why would you need 2? And then, mind you, they're about 50 metres apart. But when you leave Beaconsfield and head out toward Beauty Point and Greens Beach, you realise how many people these IGAs are servicing. And if you need some specialty food products, like I sometimes do myself, then you would have to take a trip all the way back into Launceston. That's about 40 k's away. So Beaconsfield actually has got an Indian restaurant, and we've been talking with some of the locals who've said that this is top rate. Look at that. Tassie Darba. Check it out. Indian restaurant.
Check it out.
Check it out.
There's a house full of goats.
Oh, there's a guy with some hay.
Hey? Hey.
And you would not believe what else there is in Beaconsfield.
Okay.
That's right. It's a leopard tank. Not every town can say that they are the proud owners of Corpus Carius 34A, but Beaconsfield can. It is a Leopard AS1 main battle tank. Oh my goodness, check it out. All right, all we need is share and a song about turning back time, and we would have everything we would ever want in the world right now. I'm on a pub mission with Gandalf. It's just over there. Always just over there. We've made it to Beauty Point Hotel, overlooking the beautiful marina. It was a 3-kilometre walk.
Oh, you believe me now?
According to Jeff's Google. I didn't think it was that far, to be honest, but we walked up from the tourist park that we're staying in, and we made it, and Gandalf made it. Beauty Point, and behind me you can see the Beauty Point Marina. And a little bit further beyond is where Seahorse World and Platypus World are. There are a few things about Beauty Point that you might like to know. It's really pretty, it's really quiet. If you are coming out camping, there's lots of camp spots in and about the area, but if you need supplies for your camping, you best pick those up at Beaconsfield or even further in Exeter. Lagana Woolworths on the way into Lonnie, just outside of Lonnie, or Launceston itself, because here in Beauty Point there are no shopping centres. There are a few specialist things like a hairdresser, there's a laundrette, there's one fish and chip shop that was open last night, so we just managed to get in 10 to 7 before it shut at 7 o'clock and got a burger, which wasn't the best dinner, but no, it was a good dinner. Not the best dinner for us, but definitely nice food, so don't get me wrong there. And during the day, There wasn't too much better. There was a river cafe. It had shut by about 12 o'clock. I think the fish and chip shop's still open. The hotel here is open and they do a bistro meal. So apart from that, there isn't a whole lot here in terms of shopping, or it's really the type of place you want to come and have a really nice, restful, quiet holiday and do a bit of tripping around to see some wineries and places in the local area. Would I come here again? Absolutely. It's so pretty, and I certainly have had a great day. We're home. This is it.
6 kilometre walk there and back. A couple of drinks in between. And this is our little humpy. It's what is it? Beauty Point Tourist Park.
This is the Kingfisher.
Kingfisher. It's a waterfront, and it's sort of obstructed a little bit.
It is obstructed a little bit,
It is
but you can kind of make out there's some water in there. Yes.
Might go up and pop a bottle of champagne to celebrate the walk.
Champagne?
No. How about a bourbon?
Yeah, maybe that.
Ah, nice.
Okay, let's go.
Hey, here's a piece of wood with a hole in it.
Hmm. It does have a hole in it.
Smoking a pancake.
So we have a nice veranda with a little seated area with an ashtray, and I don't know that anyone ever uses those anymore. It's like an obsolete piece of equipment, isn't it really? Remember these?
No.
Jeez, that's a long time ago.
Oh, it's warm in.
Okie dokie.
That's a bit of a mess.
It's a bit of a mess, yeah. So here it is, inside the cabin. Table, TV, that, kitchen.
Oh, nice.
Through here we've got a double squeaky bed and bathroom shower. And I probably don't need to show you much more than that because that's pretty much the basics.
Yes.
We don't need to go and show you inside each cupboard and all that sort of rubbish. And then,
Weirdo.
huh?
Weirdo.
And that's the view. And sometimes you see a little bunny bouncing across the grass. Yeah. Hello, bunny. We are enjoying the sunshine outside of the Kingfisher. And as you can see, I'm stimulated by the conversation that Jeff gives me when he's on his phone.
He's stimulated.
So all these places are named after birds. There's the robin, which is where we're actually... Thank you, Kookaburra. We actually found ourselves moving from cabin to cabin because there's nobody else here. We're borrowing the decks just quietly because each deck, as the sun's setting, is getting a lot of sun on it. So we're at the robin right now. And are you waving to someone? We're at the robin right now because it's actually really sunny here. Shearwaters in the shade, blue wrens in the shade. Kingfisher where we're staying in the shade, but the robin, sunny. And this is dinner. What do you think of the robin, Jeff?
Only garlic.
The robin's actually really
I haven't even.
Oh yeah.
There's no one staying here.
We'll perv in the windows in a minute and see if it's...
Is there anyone staying here?
I don't think so. I hope not. They'll come out in a minute and go, "Where's off?" Actually has a good view too. We should have stayed in the robin.
That wasn't our choice.
Hmm?
That wasn't our choice. Look at that small field.
Yeah, I don't think I want to stay at Shearwater. Robin's good. So the park that we stayed in itself was very well maintained, very, very tidy. Definitely a great place for an overnight stay. As to whether you'd pack up and stay there for a long term, it gives you a good central spot to travel around and see a bit of the place for sure. But the camp itself, there's no real beach access or anything like that, so you would have to travel from the park to go and see all the sights.
And at low tide, there's only beach.
Yeah, it's very, very low tide we found. Hang on, and if you're into
If you're into walking to places such as the pub, like we are, it's a 3 kilometre walk, 6 kilometres return, which was quite a nice walk, wasn't it, really?
yeah, you complained the whole way.
No, I didn't.
Yes, you did.
No, I didn't.
Yes, you did.
No, I didn't.
Yes, you did.
No, I
Finally, the Riverwalk Cafe was open, so we went in there and had a little bit of breakfast.
We are at Platypus World and we are in the initial room going through the tour. Our tour is at 10. We're just waiting for a couple to come over the car and see if they're actually going to Seahorse or here, and then we'll get started. So I'm going to read a little bit about the platypi and then we'll go for a walk.
Whilst I really enjoyed seeing the platypus and the echidna, I still thought that Seahorse World was the better of the two. That's just my own personal opinion. Following our visit there to Platypus World as our last stop, it was time to start heading into Hobart, and we're also heading into some fouler weather. No surprises there. Thanks for sticking around and watching our videos. We really appreciate you, and we will catch you in the next one. See you then.